Good morning. My name is Craig Haldane and I'm the golf course superintendent here at Emirates Golf Club in Dubai. Today I'd like to share with you some of the issues that we'll be going through over the next coming weeks called transition. Transition is a period of time where we go back to a Bermuda grass golf course from having been a ryegrass golf course. Now I would like to take you out and show you some of the techniques involved in helping us transition back to Bermuda grass, why we do it, so that you know what the expectations can be. At Emirates Golf Club, we do a practice called overseeding. Overseeding is the introduction of ryegrass, which is a cool season grass, into a warm season grass environment, which is Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is our stock plant for the year, but in the winter time it goes semi-dormant and it doesn't grow as effectively. So in order for us to produce the best possible conditions for the winter time or for our season when it's really busy, we bring ryegrass into play. What happens with overseeding, however, is in the summertime when the ryegrass is struggling, we go through a transition period, and it's just that's called transition. Transitioning from a ryegrass golf course back to a Bermuda grass golf course. And this is a tricky period of time for us, and we need to introduce certain practices to enhance the Bermuda to come back and to encourage the ryegrass to go away again. So I'm going to take you out on the golf course and show you some of these practices now. So one of the first things we do is we lower the height of cut in the rough. The ryegrass typically is mowed at about 55 to 60 millimeters in the winter time, which creates quite a lot of shade. So the higher the plant is, it shades out the Bermuda grass that is underneath. So what we do is we lower the height of cut. So by mowing down here and lowering the height of cuts to the plant, it makes sure that the Bermuda grass is exposed to the sunlight. Less ryegrass on the top means we have more opportunity for the sunlight to penetrate the soil, to warm up the Bermuda grass and to get it to come back. Another one of our practices is called slicing, and the machine basically goes over the turf with a long blade and it aerates the soil. So this blade goes deep down about 6 inches into the soil, and it creates an opportunity for oxygen to move through the profile. What it also does, any Bermuda that is creeping on the surface, it'll split that in two and generate an opportunity for the Bermuda to creep down a lot quicker. So if you look down closely at some of the slicing areas, it creates a slit in the plant, nice and deep through the profile, and really provides us with the opportunity of getting that Bermuda to come back a lot smoother. Top dressing is an application of sand, so putting sand on top of. So top dressing is a vital part of what we do. It really gives us the opportunity to fill in some of the voids that are present. So once we've sliced or we've needle tined, the top dressing really helps us fill in those voids. What it also does, it really gives the Bermuda an opportunity to creep quicker into the sand area. So top dressing, although can be seen as, there's sand all over the place, it is one of the key factors in helping transition move along a lot quicker and a lot more smoothly. So once the sand has been laid down on the turf, we'll come back with a drag mat of sorts, and the drag mat will just smooth over the sand onto the grassed areas. And as you can see here, it drops down into the canopy, and that sand is a great tool to retain some moisture, to retain some nutrition, and also for the Bermuda now to creep across nice and quickly and recover a lot quicker than normal. The practice of needle tining, or otherwise known as pencil tining or solid tining, it's another means of aerating the soil. It's a great tool to get deep penetration into the soil, once again to warm up the soil, to get oxygen going through, to help with percolation and help with nutrition uptake as well. So we want water to penetrate that top couple of inches and get to the root system. So the needle tining really enhances that practice as well, much like slicing does. Slightly less disruptive to slicing because it's more concentrated on an area and it's a more mechanical process. So needle tining, again, one of the key tools that we utilize to enhance transition. Encouraging signs in the rough is when you start to see a bit of dew on the plant. Bermuda grass will hold the dew and ryegrass won't. So the more dew we start seeing in the early mornings is a good sign for us. And you'll start seeing areas like this where the Bermuda grass is really starting to come through quite effectively. So that's the Bermuda grass over here, the lighter shaded green grass, and then the darker shaded green grass being the ryegrass. So this is a great example in this area here where Bermuda grass is really starting to come through quite aggressively now. Great sign for us, means we can start incorporating different fertility techniques to enhance the Bermuda, but not the ryegrass. So the more of this we see, happy days. So here we are in a beautiful shaded area. Shade's a great thing for the summertime, it keeps us nice and cool, but the ryegrass really hangs around quite a long time in shaded areas, meaning it takes longer for the Bermuda in the shaded areas to come back. So what you'll find out on the golf course is typically where there's a high shade area, those areas are going to struggle a bit more than the other more sun-lit areas. So wherever there's shade, the ryegrass is taller, it thrives. When we establish the ryegrass, it's great, the shaded areas come up very quickly. In transition, however, it's the opposite. The shaded areas transition slower, the ryegrass hangs around longer, meaning the Bermuda grass has less opportunity to come back. So we may have areas where it completely goes out and there's no Bermuda grass, and we then need to come back and sprig new Bermuda grass plants into these areas. So at Emirates Golf Club, we overseed the roughs and the tees only. We don't overseed our fairways. So the plus side of that is the fairways do not go through transition. So as a member or guest playing here at the moment, you are guaranteed of good playing surfaces on fairways, as well as our greens. The greens aren't overseeded either. They are Bermuda greens throughout the year. Bermuda fairways throughout the year, no transition. Makes your experience at this time of year a lot better. I hope this short video has helped you understand the transition issue and what we go through this time of year. Our aim is to exceed your expectations every single day, and my team and I work tirelessly to achieve that. From our perspective, we want to thank you. Thank you for your understanding, and thank you for your patience whilst we go through this transition phase at Emirates Golf Club.